Hi there, and welcome back. Now that I have my jacket done, there are things that I might want to change when I make another one, but that's going to wait till after the first of the year. Between now and the end of the year, I really want to finish my gnome quilt so I can hang it for Christmas, my daughter's t-shirt quilt, and I have a new project I want to start and finish. I want to make a bag that has a camel on the flap. So there's the basic shape. There's my camel that I drew. That took me quite a bit of doing. And I'm not sure what I did with the fabric that I was going to use for it. Hang on. So here we go. I have these two little bits of fabric with palm trees on them. I think I like the color of this one better, but I figured I'm going to see what I want to use for my fabric for embroidering the camel, and then I'll see which goes best with it. But one of these will be the basic bag fabric, and then I'll have a camel bag because everybody needs a camel bag, right? Camels are weird looking creatures, by the way. Anyway, that's my next project. That's as far as I've gotten. I drew out my camel so I can embroider it on what will be the flap, and figured out roughly the size that I want to figure out. I'm gonna have to start making a pattern for it and see if I can get this made quickly. And here's my update on my camel. I've started doing the embroidery. Again, there's my drawing. And here's what I've embroidered so far. I'm doing little kind of a feather stitch right there with the bright blue. I want to do a bright yellow, I think, there as well. And I will probably outline it with black. Did a little chain stitch for the black there with colonial knots, because I like colonial knots better than French knots. Started to do lattice work here in purple, and then I'm going to go over it also with probably metallic gold, and I'm not sure which color I'll use to anchor that. Anyway, doing the camel outline. So anyway, he started. Very happy about how he looks. And I have to get him embroidered before I can put the purse together. So that's where I'm at so far. Okay, it's time to get back to work on my little Christmas gnome quilt. Because I didn't get it done for Christmas last year, I want to for sure get it done for Christmas this year. So I have to quilt my blocks. I need to make my hanging loops, and I have binding already made. I will need to get it attached, and I need to make a label. I have the pieced blocks are already quilted. It's just the picture, the ones from the panel, that need to be done. So I don't know that I really know what I'm doing. I haven't worked on it sooner this year because of other projects, but also because I felt like I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I finally decided today that I just need to get started. So I'm going to follow that line. I'm going to go around him. I will probably go around the tree and the bird here, and then I will assess and see what I do from there. Oh, also, I will go around this little border. If I thought of it, I would have done that first while I had my straight foot on, but since I have my free motion quilting foot on now, that's where I'm going. So time to start. Sometimes starting is awful. Okay, I got the quilting done around the border, the little ground layer there, and around the little gnome, and around the tree and the bird. I think it probably could use a little bit more quilting because there are some larger areas here, but they're not huge. So what my plan is to do this sort of minimal quilting on each of them. And if I get done early enough in the year that I decide, oh, it could use some more and here's what I want to do, then I'll go back and do it. But I feel like this is enough that I could finish and hang it up. It's not being used on a bed, it's just hanging on the wall. So I feel like this level of quilting would be sufficient, at least for a little while. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got one done. I need to do 3 more, I think, of these blocks. And then I have the 2 long skinny ones, which I have partially quilted, and then I need to see if I'm going to do any more on those or not. So a little bit more quilting to do, and then I'll be able to get on to the binding. Well, there's the second of my 4 blocks that I needed to get done. I do have all the ends I'm going to have to trim off, but I figured I could always take this with me for Thanksgiving and sit and work on cutting ends off while I'm talking to people, or if I have a spot where I have nothing to do. So I'm not worried about the ends that need trimmed off at this point. I just want to get the quilting done so I can get the binding and the label on. Okay, number 3 block is quilted. Time to do the block number 4. That one, since I just finished doing this border, I'm going to start with that border on the other one so I don't have to change the foot quite so soon. I will try to remember to video that so you can see it, but I'm going to go have a cup of tea. Okay, time to get back to work again. This time I'm remembering to video. That's interesting. We have broken thread there, a little bit of broken thread here, and nothing in between. Is rethread my machine. It doesn't make sense that anything would have gotten messed up on it because I was just using it. But it's like the easiest troubleshooting thing to do. And the quickest. It's kind of like restarting your computer. If you have a problem, you just kind of reboot. And a lot of the times it fixes the problem. Let's try that again. Okay, I got the outline quilting of the little border that's around there, and now I'm going to change my presser foot so that I can do the free motion quilting in the middle. This one's actually busier than any of the others, so I'll have quilting around the mistletoe and around the trees and probably around the little mouse down there. Around the trees and the bird on this side, and then around the cute little gnomes. So this one's going to have more quilting than any of the others, but it's not a huge amount more, so I don't think it'll make it uneven or anything. I think it'll still be fine. I'm going to start with the mistletoe. Actually, I might not. I might leave the mistletoe, at least for last, because once I've done that and the gnomes, that might be close enough that I might decide the mistletoe doesn't need to be done. So I'll leave that. And then if I need to do it, I'll go back and do it. But I think but I will start with the trees on the side. Okay, I got that quilting done, and now I have it laid on the floor because I'm going to be try to move slowly here. I need to figure out how many actual hanging loops I need to make. I suspect it will be 9, but what I'm going to do, again, sorry for the movement, I'm going to take my clips here and I'm going to set them where I would put loops, or approximately where I'm going to put loops, and then count how many I come up with, because I'm not going to actually measure distances. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So that's 9. I could do one more. I kind of wonder if I just do one at each point and then on each end, because I'd rather have them a little closer together than too far apart, because if they're too far apart it will gap and be funny. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, I need to do 10. And I should check and see. Let's see where these are at, because my backing has different fabric partway through, because I didn't have enough of all of one fabric. So I need to check and see where that's at. Okay, so I could do them all the same. I need to look and see how much of this green I have left, because I used most of it on the back here. But if I have enough, then I would rather do 2 here so that they match, and then the rest this fabric so that they're not really particularly noticeable. If I don't have enough, I'll just do this red all the way across. But anyway, I need 10 of those. That's the next step.